Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your September 2023 reading for your North Node by sign and house. Now, this is going to be a special report reading, which I'll get into in a moment. But if you're new to the channel, the reason I use the North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign in readings is it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's your soul path. It's what you're here to learn and experience in this lifetime. And so you have much more in common with those that share your North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign. So it's much more accurate and relevant in tarot readings. Now, getting on to the special report. All of the astrology is pointing to the fact that between now, September 2023, throughout the end of this year, and then through 2024, there are going to be really great changes happening on the world stage within the collective. Depending on what country you're in, I mean, it's going to be a worldwide thing. My intuition is pointing to this, and also a lot of the astrology is pointing to this. So the reason for this reading is this is to help keep you on path for you, for your individual North Node. Because what can happen a lot is we all have our individual soul paths that we're experiencing day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. But there is also a collective path that we're all on. For example, everyone listening to this reading right now experienced the year 2020 along with me and everybody else up until now. Okay, if you're watching this reading, you did. So we experienced that whole situation as a collective, but we also experienced it individually with our own soul path. And that's what these readings are geared toward. They're geared toward keeping you on your path, because no matter what happens in the collective, although we are affected by it, we have to achieve our best life and our optimal timeline with our soul path and not get distracted by what's going on, because there are going to be some major changes in the next 16 months on the world stage. And so this reading is reflecting what each North Node by sign and house is going to focus on and what they're going to learn during this period of time. So that's why, again, it is a special report reading. Now, you're going to want to watch two videos. You're going to want to watch one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. Okay? So with that, let me connect to the energies and then we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see and hear this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, Leo, North Node or North Node in the 5th house. This is going to be your September 2023 special report reading. Okay, so this spread is representing not only September, but the next 16 months through 2024. And these are things that you are working on to stay on your soul path for your optimal timeline without getting distracted about what's going on in the collective too much. Now, your overall theme card was the Tower. And honestly getting this card a lot for a lot of the North Nodes this month, because there are in the next 16 months going to be great changes. Things are going to go on around us, and that we need to stay on our path. So for you, Leo North Nodes or North Node in the 5th house, What it's all about is it's all about um, connecting to your optimism and connecting to your creativity. Um, Also courage in there for you, but this is really a time for you to kind of connect to that inner fire that you were all born with. Anyone that is born with a North Node in Leo or the fifth house has this like inner fire of creativity, and sometimes it's difficult for them to like let that shine. But this is a time for you of you really discovering who you are and kind of like what you're made of. You have these two cards on the timeline to start off with. Is you have the world reversed and you have the sun card. Now the world reversed is one of those cards that is also positive reversed. But this is going to be happening. I feel like what's going to happen is a lot of you are going to rise to the challenge of what's going on the next 16 months. And it's going to cause you to really tap into that north node in Leo or the fifth house. And that's why I feel this world card, it's going to be work though. That's why it's reversed. It's going to be some work, and there's going to be, a few like obstacles and challenges along the way. But it's as I said, it's still positive reversed. Now the other cards on your timeline are you have the Seven of Pentacles reversed and you've got the Two of Swords. Now what's interesting here is that you've got a lot of swords on this reading here, okay? Now remember, your south node is in Aquarius, which is an air sign ruled by swords, which is ruled by, the intellect, thinking, thought, okay? And what I'm seeing playing out here is that there is going to be this opportunity to once and for all kind of get that Aquarius south node or south node in the 11th house, get it under control. And so what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing with the Two of Swords is there could be a situation that it's like this like seesaw thing that I'm kind of feeling for you, where like you're reacting to something in your surroundings or on your path, and it can trigger you to go back into south node modes, I would say, okay? And what I want you to realize is that while this next 16 months is playing out, with this reverse Seven of Pentacles, I want you to allow yourself to have the patience to move through this period of time. Patience is really going to help you in this, like allowing um, people to be who they are within your life and allowing yourself to be who you are at the same time. But it's going to require a lot of patience, navigating through this. What's important though is that you are allowing this inner creativity to come out, because I do see this battle possibly going on between your Aquarius South Node and your North Node in Leo, or the fifth house. Now, your advice cards are you've got the King of Swords and you've got the Page of Swords. Now, again, this is interesting. This is a card, both of these cards, but especially the King, is ruled by the sign of Aquarius, along with all of the air signs, okay? And what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing that this is playing out that tendency to fall back on Aquarius patterns. What does that mean? That means that, let's say, part of you is saying, you know what, I really want to break away from, I want to break away from, thinking about what other people think of me. I want to break away from what other people think I should do. And you have this like desire to go in the complete opposite direction of maybe what friends, family, other people around you are saying. And so it's this like struggle of like which way to go with it. Are you going to fall back on what other people think, Because remember, with your south node in Aquarius, it's like you're very group oriented. Group meaning within a work structure, within family, within friends, even within like a social network group type of a thing. And so there's this struggle going on, and really all you have to do with this Page of Swords is look for ways that you can become who it is deep down you can be. Allow, this is like being vigilant in seeing ways where you can use your creativity, ways where you can break out from the structure of the crowd or the group that you're in, and whether that group is all the ones that I mentioned, And this is about you breaking out from this. And that's really what you're learning through all of this. Whatever happens the next 16 months, the more you can tap into your kind of inner passion, your inner creativity, keeping your heart open, keeping your emotions like flowing, and not worrying about what other people think about you and what you're doing and whether they think you should do it or not do it. The more you can do that, I see you breaking away from all of this. And really, this can be a huge growth area for you, meaning that at the end of this 16 months, many of you could find yourself like way far ahead. It's almost like a quantum leap. It's like when you're playing a game and you land on a space and it says like move up 10 spaces type of a thing. That's the kind of energy that I'm seeing here. So really, that's all you have to do. Just think about going through whatever's happening. It's very simple for you for this month and in September and for the next 16 months. Don't allow yourself to be stuck in old patterns, and look for ways to break out with that Leo North Node or Leo in the fifth house. Okay, adventure. But again, now this just came to me. This is really important. Remember that for you especially, approach even strange, weird times, difficult times. Approach it like a game, because for all of the North Nodes, Leo North Node or North Node in the fifth house, life for you should be about a game. And it's really funny. It struck me because I didn't realize it when I was talking about a game, but that's really what this is. Approach it like a fun game. And like sometimes in a game, you land on a space, and as I said before, you move up 10 spaces, but sometimes you land on a space and it says move back 4 spaces or whatever, and so, but if you're playing the game with gamesmanship or gamespersonship, you're allowing yourself, like we've all played games with people that where you know it's not going their way and they get really huffy, and it's like really a challenge and a drag to play, with people like that. Uh, or as opposed to other people, like they realize, okay, like, you know what? I got some challenges. I got knocked back 10 spaces, but it's cool. I'm going to, and they're just in it. And then like a lot of times, we've all experienced this where we think that, anyone that's ever played board games knows that sometimes you feel like, oh, you're really behind, but you can actually end up winning. Okay. And you just have, but that you have to keep that flexibility. But have you ever noticed that you've seen people, and I know I've done this, but when especially when I was younger, you play a game and then you're not winning and you get frustrated, and what ends up happening is you end up making it worse for yourself, and you make poor moves, and then you really do kind of lose type of a thing. So what I'm seeing here is that that's what that Leo, the optimism I was talking about before, where you're like, okay, like this is a game, and life is a game. It's like, look, we're all going to the same place. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like every ancestor that any of us has ever had has lived and passed on, and it's like it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? It's like it is a game. It's like we're here. So what we have to do is, why not live every day with passion, with creativity, with flexibility, have a little fun. You know what I mean? Life doesn't always have to be so serious. Like, yes, it is serious, but really at the end of the day, like, in the big scheme of things, when you look at the big picture of things, a lot of the things that we worry about don't matter. So that's what I mean. Keep that fresh flexibility and that playfulness is what this is really. The playfulness is the gamesmanship that I was talking about. So anyway, yeah, make it a great next 16 months. No matter what's going on, stay focused on your path. Remember what you have to do, and don't get distracted by what is going on in the collective, even though we're all going through this. And by the way, the more we can individually stay on our path, the better we can help the collective, because it's our true path. Okay, so we're not feeding into anything, the negativity around. Okay. Anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like your personal life path reading, where I delve into your astrological chart and give you an evolutionary astrology reading, or if you have any questions as far as situations that I can do a tarot reading, there's going to be a link in the description box below. It can give you some more information on the types of readings I do. And again, thank you for watching. Hit that like button. Thank you. And comment and say hi to me. We really appreciate it. Have a great one, and we'll see you on some more readings. Many blessings.